That's why you lot hate him because he doesn't have a Brazilian flag next to his name.
I think Ramos is one of the most overrated players ever.
I agree.
Luca, why do you that? Do you know football? You sent in your most controversial football takes, and these guys are gonna sort out the trash from the gold. I'll be honest, this guy said this, his name is very difficult to read. Robert Lewandowski is the third best player of this generation.
That's horrible.
Super trash. Horrible.
I don't hate that.
Super trash.
I don't hate that. I don't hate it.
It's Neymar.
It's Neymar.
Let me finish off what he also said.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. 700 plus goals, are over 100 in the Champions League, and a better goal/game ratio in the Champions League than Messi and Ronaldo.
It's not ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
He's not even the best striker.
Yeah.
Luis Suarez is better than him. You can argue Karim Benzema.
If we're playing longevity,
it's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous.
Is it
the best player?
Is it ridiculous to say Lewa is the best
in a
striker?
Bayern team, by the way, that had Iron Robben and Ribery, you could give cases better than
Not in his peak season though. In his peak season, Ribery and Robben weren't there. His peak season in 2020 when they won the sextuple. He got 69 goals.
Why are we entertaining this?
That's the same as...
If he's not even top striker, how can he be top 3?
He's arguably top striker. You can give an argument for him to be top striker.
If
it's
it
not
was top 3
ridiculous.
strikers, I can maybe...
Is he not top 3?
You know what? Best player. Neymar is by far and away the third.
You lot hate him because he doesn't have a Brazilian flag next to his name, bro. That's exactly right. It is though, because this guy's been doing what 30 plus goals. Yeah, we're talking about for 10 to 15 years. He's doing it. What 37 years old in Barcelona right now, lighting up the league, top goal scorer, bro.
Neymar is by far and away the third best player of this generation.
He's not statistically better than Lewa though.
But they play different positions. Neymar has a ridiculous goal and assist to game ratio for a winger. He's one of the most prolific wingers in football history statistically. Okay, when you talk about prime, Neymar's prime is better than Lewandowski's prime in the 17-18 season. It's one of the most unique versions of any footballer we've ever seen. Ultimate big game player, ultimate final third player, combining goal scoring and playmaking to the highest level that we've never seen. Neymar has longevity.
Ultimate big game player?
In 17-18, bro, yes.
They didn't win any...
Because they lost to Madrid, who free-peated,
okay,
so there's no shame in that.
If you're talking about a prime season, what you win definitely has to factor for it to be a prime season.
No, it doesn't.
Why not? That's what makes a prime season.
So what, you're taking... You're
what you win matters.
In that third spot. Forget Neymar for a second. Forget Suarez. Would you put him there over Mbappe? Put him there over Mbappe.
Lewandowski over Mbappe?
Yes! Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling?
You know what he's done. Neymar is by far and away the third of this generation.
At that moment,
has Neymar had a better Champions League campaign than Benzema?
14-15. You could argue.
No. Benzema's one is better than Neymar.
But who's a better player?
Yeah, I'd like for you to know, Lewandowski is 4 years older than Neymar, and he's still doing it.
And he deserved the Ballon d'Or.
He's ridiculous.
Neymar's never had a Ballon d'Or.
Lewandowski wasn't targeted and required to do what Neymar was doing for his team. Neymar would get. I promise you, there's not one clip you'll find on the internet Lewandowski doing what Neymar can do.
Impossible.
And if he did, he'd probably be sidelined out injured.
He's a great striker.
It's impossible for him to do. Neymar's 1 year on his prime is better than any Lewandowski season and any Lewandowski seasons combined.
I don't know. I don't like that argument. That's like saying, I'm just thinking, that's like saying Gabriel Jesus is better than Haaland because he can do more on the ball. Like it don't make sense.
That's not the same.
On the back of that, hey boys, it's done. It is done now.
And Neymar's Brazil's all-time top scorer and assister as well. Come on, man, show respect.
Off the back of that, it's time to vote. Is Lewandowski the third best player of this generation? If you agree with the take, put your hand up now.
It's not ridiculous, but nah.
So hold up, you argue for Lewandowski. What side are you on?
That's what I'm saying.
I can hear the argument. I don't believe I can hear the argument.
Exactly.
Off the back of that, this take is trash. Time for the next one. Gaming Conto Pin 2025 said, if Erling Haaland played for England, they would win the World Cup.
Woo!
I mean, yeah,
100%. We would have won the Euros, the World Cup, and then we would have won the Euros again. That's facts.
You would have won everything.
We would have won everything.
Definitely.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it, but I disagree.
So what would then happen to Harry Kane?
Listen, they can say Harry Kane's not a big game player, but I don't think Haaland's necessarily a big game player either. If you want to talk about he would have scored the penalty. I mean, listen, Haaland's penalty record ain't that great as well. But I think what Harry Kane offers England is something that Haaland can't do. I think a lot of the reason why England are able to tick the way they do is because of Harry Kane. His playmaking abilities, the way he's able to drop in deep, the way he's able to bring in others.
That doesn't help England.
Yes, it does help England.
He's dropping in doesn't help England.
Yes, it does help
England. He needs runners.
That's the exact style of
Harry
play
Kane needs
How does that make sense?
runners.
Because he's the focal point of the team, and he's the reason why Raheem Sterling was a main part of that Euros team in 2020.
In the last international tournament, Harry Kane's dropping deep caused a lot of issues for England. He's dropping deep, does more damage than it does good. When it comes to Haaland has generational box instincts in terms of making.
Harry Kane doesn't.
Not to the level of Haaland.
Let me ask this question. You know what? Let me ask this question. Would you drop Harry Kane for Haaland? Yes or no?
Right now.
In a heartbeat.
Luca. No, we'll ask everyone one by one. Yeah. Would you drop Harry Kane for Haaland? Luca.
I would.
To Shane.
I would personally.
Game.
I'm old enough. They were trying to drop Harry Kane for Watkins and Tony in the last time. I remember.
That's what I'm saying. In a heartbeat.
I was old enough for that, bro. I remember that.
Bradz, would you drop him?
In a heartbeat, bro.
Firas?
I wouldn't.
I'll be honest. Do you feel like it's a bit disrespectful on Harry Kane since he did win the Golden Boot in 2018?
I mean,
yeah, how many of them were penalties?
That doesn't take away the Golden Boot.
I mean, he's obviously a baller, and if we look at it like from the actual point, obviously it's not about just one player, but I feel like what Haaland does for the team in general, just the morale, you know that he's going to be hungry, he's going to be fighting for the ball, and I feel like that's what Harry Kane's lacked a little bit. Sometimes he's a little bit lethargic, and obviously when he's on the ball, he does his job, but when he's not on the ball, it's the stuff that he doesn't do, you know what I'm saying? And that's the things that Haaland picks up on.
Do you think Haaland would fix England's problems?
No.
Yes.
No, England have way bigger problems than Haaland. Fix them completely, but I would say he would do a better job than what Harry Kane's doing at the moment.
Why do you think Harry Kane looks unbelievable the way he does right now at Bayern Munich? Because he's surrounded by the pieces that he needs to play. At England, he's not the reason why England have not crossed the line in the Euros and the World Cup.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's one of the main reasons. He's one of the main focal points throughout the teams that
Did you watch the last international tournament? His dropping in was literally affecting the way we played. The one game when Watkins came on, he made a run in behind. Palmer slipped him in.
All right, so World Cup 2018, Euro 2020. What about those tournaments? What about those tournaments?
Euro 2020.
Forget the Golden Boots. Forget the Golden Boots. I'm not talking about those.
It's not like he wasn't brazy in any of those tournaments.
He wasn't brazy at all. So he had no importance to that England team.
But what is the question exactly? That
question
England
is,
will win it categorically with Haaland.
If Erling Braut Haaland played for England, they would win the World Cup.
I don't think it's a striker that would make the difference.
Yeah,
Kane is still a world-class striker.
I think it is, though.
It's not.
It is, though.
Let Luca finish off his
I prefer Haaland as a striker. I'd rather have him in my team personally. But Kane is still an elite level striker, top 3 in the world alongside Haaland and Mbappe. I think England's biggest issue so far is game management in big games so far with Southgate. Now they got Tuchel, who's very, very proven in knockout stage tournaments. But the team has a bunch of talent, but it hasn't gelled yet, in my opinion, yet. I don't think added another superstar up front instead of another superstar, what's that going to change?
No, but it's not that. That's not even the thing. The problem with England is that we don't know what to do in that final third, and we don't know the right players to use in that final third. Like JS saying, Kane dropping in ruins that dynamic because Bellingham does the same thing in that little final third bit. Foden wants to do that as well. So it doesn't work together. Even Tuchel himself, our manager himself, said that them three cannot play together. So putting Haaland there just waiting for the balls, waiting to get in behind, waiting for ping crosses, bro, he will score. He will feast, bro.
You're talking about Tuchel saying that if they won't work together. By the way, if you gave him a choice, Harry Kane's the last person he drops in that lineup. Second of all,
did he tell you that?
He will drop Foden.
Bro, listen, we're not doing that. And if you're talking about prolific striker, you guys are really speaking about Harry Kane like he's a scrub, as if the ball doesn't drop into the box. Him and Haaland probably finishing off the same chances. You can even argue Harry Kane is more clinical than Haaland. That's
right. Round is done. If you guys agree that if Erling Haaland played for England, they would win the World Cup, put your hand up now. 3.
My guys.
Look what he does with Norway, man. Come on, man.
Alright, hold up. If you guys disagree, put your hand up now.
Let's go.
3-3, which means we're gonna let you guys decide in the comments. Drop a like and subscribe to Go FanZone. On to the next one. Next take. Joseph P6108 has said Virgil van Dijk clears Sergio Ramos and it isn't even close.
I agree.
I agree, but I don't agree with the last part. I don't think it's not close, but I do think Virgil van Dijk clears Sergio Ramos.
I think Ramos is one of the most overrated players ever.
I agree.
Luca, why do you think
that?
Good take, Joseph.
And I don't want people to overlap overrated and bad, because I don't think Ramos is bad. I think he's a really good defender, one of the very best. But when I say overrated, people put him in conversations that I don't think he belongs in. When people say he's the best defender of all time, or a top 2 or a top 3 defender of all time, I don't think that's the case. That's why I say overrated, because a lot of football fans, especially on the internet, deem him to be that. Ramos in the defensive side of the game is not even superior to a Thiago Silva, a Chiellini
100%.
in his generation, and that's a fact. Okay, that's a fact. Ramos has big game moments. He's a very clutch defender, which is an added bonus. We spoke about this in the debate when you were talking about Terry. 92-48. He scored in the 2016 Champions League final as well. Granted, it was offside, but still 2 final goals. In big games, Ramos would get silly red cards, silly yellow cards. I think he's the most booked player in his generation.
He has the most number of red cards.
Exactly. So in big moments, you couldn't rely on him. In terms of reading the game, he was very, very sloppy. Van Dijk, for me, is the most complete of his generation because technically he's so sound. He's good at marking zonally and man-to-man equally well. He's quick. He's great in the defensive side of the game. He's strong in the tackle. He's good in the air. He makes defenders around him look better.
Keep talking to me.
I think.
Hold up now.
I think Ramos is a very good defender, but I just don't think, for me, as a well-rounded centre half, I don't think he's better. But he won a lot for Real Madrid. He won a lot for the national team. So I understand why people respect him a lot, and I do respect Ramos, but I just don't think he's not nearly as well-rounded as Van Dijk. And I also think that Piqué in the defensive side is better than Ramos as well.
I'm glad Luca actually mentioned the Piqué point as well, because it's funny how ever since just recently, everyone's now starting to open their eyes and realize how great of a defender Pepe is. Pepe was always this great defender. Yes, he had his rash side, but you're forgetting he was alongside Ramos for a lot of these years, being a great defender. Piqué in the Spanish side, I reckon Piqué was definitely the calmer centre-back. In the bigger moments, knew how to defend cleanly. Sergio Ramos, like you said, the amount of times Messi got him sent off, the amount of times he put Real Madrid in dangerous situations. Like Luca said, Ramos is an elite defender. No one's taking that away from him. And I think the reason why he's elevated so high is, like I said, he's a very good goal scorer as a defender, similar to how John Terry is. I think John Terry is a better defender than Sergio Ramos. I think there's loads. Thiago Silva, unfortunately, played for PSG, who didn't win much in that era. If Thiago Silva was put in that Real Madrid team and won how much Ramos did with that Real Madrid team, we'd be putting Thiago Silva above Sergio Ramos comfortably.
Yeah,
Van Dijk, stop them around.
Yeah.
A lot of defenders who play in their 30s, like obviously Chiellini, Bonucci, Barzagli, Thiago Silva, they don't have the physical aspect of the game like they did in their younger careers, so they rely more on how they read the game, their positioning. I was thinking maybe, okay, I might see that a bit from Ramos now that he's kind of lost that yard of pace, and I didn't, especially like when he came to PSG. I still think he was still mid defensively.
He was finished. Ramos, I don't think improved in his 30s. It just sort of showed the flaws, in my opinion, in his game.
100%.
All right, it's time to now vote. If you agree that Virgil van Dijk clears Sergio Ramos and it's not even close, put up your hand now.
The wording's not great, but Van Dijk is better.
That is a full house, and that means Virgil van Dijk does clear Sergio Ramos. On to the next one. K-Styles_101 said, Arsene Wenger is not even a top 10 greatest manager ever. He's overrated.
So who are the top 10? Mourinho, Pep, Carlo, Ferguson. Who else is there?
Put Conte in there.
Do you have Conte in there?
Yeah, Conte could go in there.
Let's keep it modern era.
Wait, from where? How far are we going back?
He said top 10 greatest managers ever. So you could go every manager in the world of football.
Cruyff.
I don't think he's
I
overrated.
wouldn't say he's overrated.
No, I don't think so.
I do think he's outside of the top 10 just.
Yeah.
If we're talking ever and you go back into the 80s, like Bill Shankly, for example, I'm sure the great Milan teams that you mentioned, they have probably had the top managers, but even in the modern era, we were just naming the Joses, the Ancelottis, the Klopp, Pep, Ferguson, There's
even Zidane. Even Zidane.
No, not Zidane.
I think so. What, back-to-back Champions Leagues? Come on, you gotta respect that, bro. You gotta respect that. You have to.
I don't respect that.
Why is he not overrated though?
Huh?
Why is he not overrated?
Zidane is overrated.
No, why is Wenger not
Because
overrated?
he literally revolutionized English football.
Arsene Wenger only won 3 league titles in 20 years. What do you have to say about that, Jim?
When did Arsenal stop being title contenders? Like after 04, when did they stop challenging for
Probably
the league?
2010.
No.
Yes, 2008 they were going. 2007-8 Arsenal were top of the league for a very long period of time until Man United came and took over.
You got to put context to it as well. He wasn't given a budget. He had to pay off the whole Emirates Stadium by himself, by single-handedly getting top 4 pretty much, which he did I think for like 20 seasons in a row with a pretty mediocre team in the early 2010s. Maybe you could argue he should have left earlier, and I think he said it himself. He probably should have made a trip abroad to try something else. But he's an incredible manager. I think he could sneak into the top 10, but it really depends how far we're going back and stuff like that.
And also, we're forgetting the managers. The reason he only won 3 in 20 seasons is because of who he was up against. He was up against possibly one of the greatest managers of all time, so Alex Ferguson. Jose came in that era, probably in one of his primes as well. So it's difficult to say that 3 in 20, it looks bad statistically, but the way he made Arsenal such a stable contender, stable top 4 team as well.
You couldn't have nipped a league in there. Leicester won.
He won 3. Time. It's not easy.
I also need to
mention
mention the fact that Arsene Wenger has never won a European trophy.
A lot of great managers.
I'm sorry, you can't be top 10 if you don't have it.
Antonio Conte hasn't won the Champions League.
In 20 years.
Have what?
Surely you could win one in 20 years.
For the ones that are disagreeing with the fact that Arsene Wenger should not be top 10, can you guys name me 10 managers? Because I know at the beginning you tried.
Ferguson, Jose, Carlo, Klopp, Enrique.
I got Guardiola.
Guardiola 7.
But then if we go back, we'd probably put like a Shankly, a Clough, Johan Cruyff, those kind of guys. Lippi won the European Cup.
Del Bosco as well.
Del Bosco,
Zidane. If you want to go Zidane.
Stop trying to sneak in Zidane.
Three-peat and won the league as well.
Yeah, I would say 10 is enough.
Okay, you know what? Time to vote. If you think Arsene Wenger is not a top 10 manager of all time, put up your hand. Clean house. That means this take is a gold. On to the next one. Golden King 123 has said Karim Benzema isn't a top 10 striker of all time. He's carried by his Ballon d'Or.
That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Nah, that's ridiculous.
Wait, hold up, Bradz. Why are you disrespected by that?
Because top 10, bro. Like, name 10 strikers better than Benzema.
Of all time. Are we talking about like 80s and that?
Of all time strikers.
That's ridiculous.
Van Basten.
How many strikers have even won the Ballon d'Or?
How many would you name are better than Benzema, Bradz, off the top of your head?
Okay, so R9.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Suarez.
But you count in Ronaldo and Messi?
Yeah,
Cristiano.
Messi as well. Yeah. Cristiano, Ronaldo, Nazario.
Okay, that's 2.
Suarez. Lewandowski. I think Lewandowski's better than Benzema.
I agree.
You're 5 right now.
Zlatan?
You're 5.
Ibra's better than Benzema.
Rooney?
His catalogue is a bit better.
Rooney, definitely. Zlatan.
Messi, you counted Messi as a striker.
Rooney. Are we Kane or no?
No.
Actually, yeah, I would say Kane.
Nah.
I think Kane is Benzema on steroids.
No. We can't let that one slide.
Haaland Haaland's in there
Kane
as
is
well.
not having that 21, 22
Van
Benzema
Basten is definitely one.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And
But then what? Totti, Del Piero, Rooney.
yeah, one of the Italians they are definitely up there.
Baggio.
So that's basically 10.
Ferenc Puskas and them man, De Festano and them man.
Yes. Yeah, it depends how far you want to go back. But
It's a tough one. In the modern era, though, Benzema, I mean, it's consistent. I think people underappreciate how consistent he was. From his Lyon days where he was top, he was still one of the best players in the world at Lyon. Then he moved to Madrid, and even when there was Ronaldo, Bale, but he still had big moments. Like 13-14, when they won La Decima, he scored against Bayern Munich in the semi-final to send them to the final. 14-15, they lost in the semi-final to Juventus, but Benzema didn't play. 15-16, he still had big moments. 16-17, I think he scored against Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals. And in the final, of course, in 17-18, he scored a brace. And then the 21-22 campaign, which is an all-timer.
Okay, but was he a top 3 striker from that period, from 011 to 018?
Not every season.
I wouldn't say he was a top 3 striker.
Not every season, but there were seasons where he definitely was. And then I think that Ballon d'Or campaign, it was almost like, you know, Steph Curry when he won the MVP, where it was like undisputed MVP,
unanimous,
right?
yeah.
It was unanimous. I think Benzema's 22 Ballon d'Or was unanimous as well. The whole world agreed, that's Benzema.
Yeah, he was
Ballon d'Or.
ridiculous.
That was his year.
So for me, like in terms of peak, for sure.
Oh, we didn't say Henry as well, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't say Henry. Mbappe, I don't know if you want to
There
count
was
those
Aguero?
Aguero up there as well. Bro, there was so many
taking
years
Aguero
that
over
Benzema failed to
Benzema.
even break 15 goals, bro. Like, what are we talking about?
Benzema did have 6 seasons where he scored 30 goals in all competitions.
Yeah, all comps. Not the league, though.
But he's Madrid's second all-time scorer as well.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time.
Yeah, he was there
Still,
for
it's
like
impressive.
It's still impressive.
Not many players lost that long at Madrid.
Yeah, but all the
There's one time they
saying.
wanted to sell him for Aguero.
But they didn't.
Time to vote. If you agree that Karim Benzema isn't a top 10 striker of all time, put your hand up now.
There's too many, man.
Yeah.
I agree, but
1,
it's
2,
tough on
3,
Benzema.
4. There's 4 hands up that agree, which means this take is a gold. Before we get into the next one, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, and make sure you have the notification bell turned on so you are notified when FanZone upload. Cooper from the comment section has said Darwin Nunez will leave behind a better Premier League legacy than Florian Wirtz.
Where's the red card? Bro.
Oh, you want to bring out the red card? No, I got you.
Bro. Let me.
But why?
Oh, hold on, let's give it to Luke.
Why?
I don't hate it.
You want it?
Why are we throwing red cards?
Firstly, Cooper's a dumb name, fam. Secondly, let me just put it out there. Secondly, like, he's just trying to be funny, but let's actually talk about it. Darwin Nunez played for my club. He's given myself some iconic moments. I think Newcastle, Brentford, last minute winners, great. He came big money from Benfica. He had three years at Liverpool. Flopped. He's now gone away to Saudi. Florian Wirtz just came here, bro.
And he's heading in the same direction.
How?
Probably in less time.
How? He's not had enough time. He's had, 10 games. He's already assisted in the Champions League, and we're not based on that.
Premier League?
Also, we're talking about what Wirtz's catalogue is. Let's not act like Wirtz isn't one of the key men for Germany. He was just part of the Bayer Leverkusen. How's that funny?
We're talking about Liverpool. We're talking about Liverpool legacy.
Yeah, but I'm going off
if
how
you want to
good of a
talk about
player
Darwin
Wirtz
Nunez
is.
at Benfica, he'll look like R9 right now.
But I'm talking about Wirtz as a player. Wirtz just came to the Prem. Wirtz just came back off the invincible Bayer Leverkusen team, one best player in that league. He's come here, he's one of the star men for Germany. What would make you think after 10 games Nunez is going to have a better legacy at Liverpool or Premier League than Wirtz?
Does Wirtz win a league? Does Wirtz win a league in Liverpool?
If Wirtz doesn't win a league, Nunez would have won a league. If Wirtz leaves next summer, let's just say, without winning a league.
Which is likely.
It's a possibility.
Why would we're going to spend 150 million on someone?
You spent 90 million on Nunez.
It wasn't 90, but he had 3
Yeah,
years.
I think it was something like
We're
that.
not going to spend 150 on Wirtz, who's got a 6-year contract, and then sell him next
But
year.
if he wants to leave, if he's not happy, for example,
if he wants
and you
to
get a
leave,
good offer.
No, if he wants to leave, cool, but I know you're football purists as well. I rate Wirtz very highly. No one's going to remember Nunez in X amount of years.
But you say that, but in the season that you won the Premier League, he scored some very crucial goals. Like you said, St. James's Park, he scored a brace. I'm pretty sure you guys had 10 men in that game as well. He scored against Brentford as well. One of the main reasons they actually won the Premier League is because of those last-minute winners.
You think it's a bit too quick to judge a player? On Premier League
I
legacy?
don't think he's added anything to that Liverpool
Nothing.
team.
He's made them change completely how they play.
Losing Trent made us change as well.
Yeah, but you're attacking threat.
It's not like we added him to what we had to take away.
You can't tell me the way you press is the exact same as how you pressed last season.
Yeah,
You've had to change your entire front line because you're trying to fit in all these new signings, including Wirtz, by the way, who hinders the way you press. Because last season when you had Luis Diaz,
off the ball
Darwin
is amazing,
Nunez.
bro.
Listen, you can laugh about Darwin
off
Nunez.
the ball is
And listen, I
amazing.
don't rate Darwin Nunez that high, but the way he was pivotal to attack, not just for the goals and assists, but I thought the way you press out of possession, Florian Wirtz hasn't added to that. Every time I feel like he gets the ball, he's getting out-muscled. Clearly, the physicality of the Prem is too much for him. 10 games, yeah, you can say it's too soon, but 10 games is it's a lot of matches, man. It's a lot of matches in the Premier League, and I'm yet to see not even a glimpse. If I saw something where I can work with, and you're telling me about assists in the Champions League against a German team, by the way,
That is time.
Wait.
That is
one more thing. I don't know if this is right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But didn't Henry go 9 games? His first 9 games.
Henry to Wirtz.
No, why not? We would have written off.
That's true though.
We would have written off Henry as well. We would have written off Henry at this point as well.
Nowadays, we would have written him off.
If you agree that Darwin Nunez will leave behind a bigger legacy than Florian Wirtz in the Premier League, put up your hand now.
I just don't see Wirtz staying at Liverpool for too long. He's too successful.
Well, Cooper, it was a trash take. The Madrid didn't agree.
Ian has said PSG this year would be 6th in the Premier League.
Come on, bro.
PSG would be first in the Premier League if they were in it.
Come on, bro.
Off the back of the season that they had winning the Champions League, they near enough won it all, barring the Club World Cup.
What's his name, sorry, again? Ian, you said?
His name is Ian, yes.
Ian, I would love to know what you're thinking. I genuinely want to know what the teams are that you're putting ahead, because maybe I can give you Liverpool, I can give you maybe Arsenal, but
not Liverpool this season.
Not even Liverpool this season. What are the 5 teams have you generated?
The teams you just
from this
mentioned,
catastrophe of a start to the Premier League.
The teams you mentioned, by the way, PSG did beat them last season.
Of course, exactly. But the best team in Europe, by the way, that we're talking about. I don't know what teams you're putting ahead of them right now, but
I don't think there's any like strong Prem teams this season as well. Like especially like all the main contenders are a bit weak. This is a weak Premier League
Six
season.
is too much of a
You beat them in the Club World Cup
But
not too long
then,
ago.
can I play devil's advocate?
One-off
here,
game,
though?
to be fair.
You guys weren't amazing, and you beat them, and that was meant to be like, oh, no one can touch them. Every Premier League team that came out.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Prem's a bit different.
6
is crazy.
6 is crazy, but
He didn't say
win
they
it because
won't
guys
win
were saying win it. Did you
They
not say
could
number
win
one?
it. No, they could win it.
They could,
Easily.
but
Top 3 easily.
Yeah, 100%.
6th, no, that's a drag.
I don't think anybody agrees, but we're going to go straight to the vote. If you think PSG this year would finish 6th in the Premier League, if they were in it, put your hand up now. The silence is very deafening. We're going to go on to the next one. This take is trash. Matt, Liverpool fan, has said Jordan Henderson is the best captain of the 2010s in the Premier League.
Wait.
2010 upwards.
Let's just hear him out. I may not agree, but let's hear him out. Obviously, in the 2010s, he took over from Steven Gerrard as captain.
Yes.
Arguably the greatest player in Liverpool's history. I think that was a big feat. One thing Gerrard couldn't do, and it's lamented against him,
is win a Premier League. Henderson was able to do that. We hadn't won the Champions League since 2005. Henderson was able to do that, to bring that. You think about the different places.
I'm hearing a lot of Gerald slander. I like this.
No. Whoa. Don't get twisted.
Let's keep on Jordan Henderson.
I just think with what Henderson did, even in the transformation, the different ways he was able to play, you got to think the greatness of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Henderson sacrificed a lot in covering in that right back spot. He was, I think, more limited in his tactical all-round game, but it's talking about captains, and I think a lot of what he did, he made up for that, and he was able to create this Liverpool super team that we know of, the glory is in the last 7-8 years. So I think there probably are captains better, but it's not a crazy take. What's his name? Matt, Liverpool fan?
Yeah,
so obviously. Matt, ain't a crazy take. I've heard worse today.
Does anyone here have any other captains that is better than Jordan Henderson?
Yep.
Company, Terry.
Company, exactly.
Go on, Bradz, take it away.
There's only one team that had a dynasty in that year. I mean, those years, and that's Manchester City. Who was captain of them? Vincent Kompany. 4 Premier League titles. Centurion. The guy has it all, bro. He was literally amazing, bro. The best captain we've seen in that era.
Kompany did not win the Champions League, though.
I know, that's his only downfall.
That's a big one.
I know.
He
should have.
But then, is that his fault, though? I don't think that was his fault.
It's now time to vote. If you agree that Jordan Henderson is the best captain of the 2010s, put your hand up now.
It's not crazy, but nah.
That Champions League holds a bit of weight still.
It does.
Okay, so that is that one? Is that one?
It's a half. It's
It's a half vote, which means that this take is trash. F5_Graham_17 said Mbappe clears Henry in every possible way.
No chance. No chance.
How can he disrespect Thierry Henry like that, man? I mean, don't get twisted. Mbappe's a baller, but in every single way, no way. Probably give him a couple more years and maybe he might top him, but nah.
But overreacting a bit. Obviously, at this point, I don't think I necessarily agree with it to the max, but I don't think it's a bad take either. I think with what Mbappe has, especially if you compare the two players, they have the speed. You can argue maybe Mbappe might be faster. They have the same type of finishing, dribbling, same as well, on the big stage as well. Mbappe's been there and done that in the World Cup, won the World Cup, scored in the World Cup final.
Yeah, he's a better big game player.
Better big game player by far. Well, listen, we know Thierry Henry's record in the big games. He had to go to Barcelona, Champions League final, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper to win it. Didn't do it there and then. Had to get carried when he went to Barcelona to a Champions League. Whereas Mbappe in the final, he even took that France team out of nothing. He brought them out of the mud in that final against Argentina. Gave them a glimmer of hope where they stood no chance at one point. And obviously he scored in the World Cup final that he's won. So I don't think it's a bad take.
I mean, yeah, Mbappe will never get 20 goals and 20 assists in the league campaign. From an international perspective, possibly I can see Mbappe doing Henry if he hasn't already. But in terms of for club football, I don't think so. What Henry means to Arsenal Football Club, not even just what he did on the pitch, but he's literally an icon for Arsenal. I don't see Mbappe having that same...
He's an icon for PSG.
Is he?
He's the best ever player.
He's the best ever player.
He's
definitely an icon for PSG.
He didn't win them a Champions League the season he left. That's when they won the
Champions
League.
Did you see Mbappe send off when he went to Madrid? He's loved and adored by every PSG fan, and you know how they are. They're serious ultras. If you leave them on bad terms, listen, they're not big fans of Messi. Yeah. They're not big fans of Neymar necessarily as well as he done for them. Mbappe, they love him. They love Mbappe.
PSG have been chasing the Champions League, couldn't provide that for them. And the season he left,
Henry couldn't provide it for Arsenal. It doesn't matter about the Champions League. That doesn't matter.
I think the question is as well, it's not about what they provided, it's in terms of who's better in every way. And when you look at it, I would say they're obviously both great players. Obviously, Thierry Henry's an icon, as you said already. But then I think give Mbappe a couple more years. Like, look at what he did in the World Cup. You know, like he was 24 at the time. So considering he's still young, he was kind of still finding his feet in a way, and he was able to do that. Give him a couple more years. He's already run.
He's still young, man. Yeah, he's 26.
He's already won the Golden Boot recently as well. So I definitely think he'll get there. But I still think he has a little bit more time if we actually kind of gets that title.
Mbappe will surpass Henry though.
I mean, yeah, people say he's still young, but his game is very reliant on pace and power. 26. I don't see Mbappe doing anything extraordinary in his 30s or even his late 30s because his game is very reliant on his physical abilities.
They said the same thing about Cristiano Ronaldo.
You can modify your game.
Ronaldo had other aspects to his game, like his aerial ability, his ability to play as a number 9. Mbappe isn't a great number 9 per se.
But he won the Golden Boot as a 9.
Huh?
But Mbappe won the Golden Boot last season as a 9.
Yeah, but to the detriment of his team though. His team didn't play as well.
The most goals Henry has ever scored in a season is 39. Mbappe scored 40.
In a weekly
What's
league.
a weekly league?
France.
No, it's La Liga.
Was that La Liga?
Yeah, La Liga.
La Liga's still a weaker league than the Premier League.
It is a dead league.
My thing is, I think Mbappe in a few years, could be better than Henry, but the statement of clears him is a bit over the top. That's why I think I disagree. I think it's a bit respectful to say clears in every aspect, especially when they're so close and a lot. But
All right. If you agree that Mbappe is clear of Henry in every possible way, put your hand up now.
Not every.
I think we got an answer here. This take is trash. On to the next one. Kev411 has said Fernandinho is one of the most underappreciated players in Prem history. Every time you hear people talk about their starting 11s, they talk about Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, Toure, Keane, etc. But as a pure DM, Fernandinho all day with a blue love heart. Bradz, as you are seeing, man.
What's his name?
It's Kev411-KRB.
Kev, I love you so much. You know that. You're a beautiful man. Thank you for mentioning Fernandinho.
You're easy, man. You're
No, Fernandinho. Oh, this guy, bro. The only reason we forgot about him was because the next guy came and won a Ballon d'Or, bro. Rodri came in, we thought no one's going to be better than Fernandinho. No one can hold the role like him.
Are they on the same level?
No, because I told you. That's what I'm saying. Rodri came in.
I think they are, though.
No one here is denying he's an unbelievable player for you, especially in your title-winning teams. But underappreciated, if you're talking about someone that's underappreciated, underlooked, Michael Carrick literally was underlooked by his national team, was rarely picked for his national team because of the players ahead of him. But that's somebody that's underappreciated.
But Michael Carrick's ability is nowhere near Fernandinho's ability.
Have you watched Michael Carrick play football?
What are we doing here, bro?
Have you watched Michael Carrick on the ball? I don't know if Michael Carrick was ahead of your time. Michael Carrick on the ball. Have you watched Michael Carrick? Michael Carrick was one of the first names on Fergie's team sheet. Do not ever disrespect.
That's because he was reliable. Don't lie, bro. He was reliable. He was one of those players.
You are speaking on Michael Carrick like he was a workhorse, like he's Jason Park, bro.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he was a reliable player.
Michael Carrick was Sir Linebreaker. He would break those lines in those midfields. He was the first name on the T-shirt for Sir Alex Ferguson.
And Dino wasn't.
No one said Dino wasn't.
The same level.
But Dino.
What we call him, bro? That's
Dino.
He don't even have a nickname, bro. That's underappreciated.
No, they respect him that much. They're gonna call him by his actual name.
Name me some underappreciated players.
Fabregas.
Any other ones?
Santi?
Nah.
Cazorla.
I think
he's underrated, man.
I think he's overrated.
Guy just took corners with both his feet.
Yeah, he's overrated.
This is crazy.
So what does everybody else think about this statement about Dino?
About Dino, stop calling him that.
Keep calling him that. Keep doing it.
What do you guys think about Fernandinho?
I wouldn't say he's underrated. As you said, when Rodri came in, like it's the better player in a way. So like
Pushed him to centre back as well.
You know what I'm saying? So when he came in, he just shined more. I wouldn't say then he got forgotten.
He didn't push him to centre back first. Remember, Rodri was playing centre back. Remember that he was playing centre back first.
He had his time. He did well, but then when Rodri came in, he just took over. So the next man up. Just how it is. Sometimes.
I think he's just fairly rated. Like, he's not.
The question is exactly underappreciated, and you guys saw by this segment he is underappreciated just by these guys talking. You saw that.
All right, it's now time to vote. If you agree that Fernandinho is the most underappreciated player in Premier League history, put your hand up now. And it looks like Bradz is going to be on his own with that take. This has been Go FanZone, and this is Trash Takes. Drop a like and comment below your trash takes so you can be in the next video.